What up, what up, what up, what's up, guys? Welcome back to Rob's Arsenal Recap. So, I know we all feel a certain way. I understand that. I understand some might feel upset, some might feel disappointed, and I get it. I totally get it. I feel a certain way myself. I don't know. I wouldn't call it upset. I'm not upset. I wouldn't say disappointed in the result, right? I'm more of disappointed in the way certain players play. Now, obviously, I would want to win. Obviously, I would want to win, but I understand that not because we were poor today, why we lost this game. It's because of the bad decision from the referee and the VAR. But we didn't make ourselves any better off in terms of we didn't score any goal. We didn't have any big opportunities to win the game. So, in that sense, I'm disappointed. For losing this game, it comes down to the referee, and we've been saying this over the past 2-3 seasons that the referees, they always got an agenda. VAR, they always got a special agenda, especially in big matches. We can never come out of a big match and say, okay, the referee was a bit lenient to us. We can never come out of a big match and say that, okay, the referee is more, the VAR were more lenient to Arsenal. Never. It's always the opposite team. It's always the opponents when we play big matches. Now, I have to say this is a big match because now we're falling off from the first and second place now. In terms of we've fallen off against Man City and we've fallen off against Tottenham now. I don't know. We're going to go into the stats. We're going to get into the stats and see what really happened in this match. And for me, as I said, we played brilliantly. Defense quality, and we're going to see how good the defense was. Attacking play quality. Defense, midfield quality. Attacking play poor. The flat. Absolute flat. Nothing creative. Nothing. Martinelli was the only player out of those three attacking players. Out of Saka, Nketiah, and Martinelli. He was the only person trying. For the fact that you see Arteta bring Trossard in and had to take up any Nketiah, even though it looks like he was a bit, he picked up an injury or something closer to the end. But he took off. Normally he would take off Martinelli for Trossard, but he took off Nketiah for Trossard. That shows you that Nketiah was poor. Now, for me, Saka should have came on. For me, Saka should have came off. But there's no one else to bring on for Saka. Reiss Nelson is I don't think Reiss Nelson would have done any better than Saka done today, honestly. So this was the team today, and we see that Raya had a rating of 6.7. It was poor, but he didn't have much to do. Benjamin White was the worst player on the pitch for me. The worst player on both teams was Benjamin White. Well, they're in comparison, him and Saka. And we're going to see also why our team was so poor on the right-hand side. We had to start attacking on the left because that's where we... And for the past few matches, I don't know what's happening with Saka and Ben White as well. We've been poor on the right-hand side. And normally, it's on the right-hand side. Last season, we get more success. On the left-hand side, we were poor last season. And it's like it's a night and day comparison between the two seasons. In terms of, on one wing, we're better than the other. By far. There's no comparison. By far. And it's not just this match. For the past few matches, we can say from the season begun, Saka has been poor. Ben White has been in and out. Good performances now and then. But on the left-hand side, it's only Zinchenko is our Achilles heel. Zinchenko, when Zinchenko is not in the team, we're good. When Thomas is on the left-hand side, we're good. So, Saliba got a rating of 6.5. He should have got better because he was absolutely brilliant. Gabriel Magalhaes, he deserves that 7.6 because he was quality today. So Gabriel and Martinelli was on par in terms of score for the man of the match. Tomiyasu, quality today, 6.8 rating. You can see how good he make us in terms of defensive quality because Almiron was marked out the game. Almiron wasn't doing much, and it was because of Tomiyasu. Declan Rice, once again, quality. There's no more words in the dictionary I could use to express how good this guy is or express how important he is for us. He done bits today, and this is what I'm saying is for me. He's already the best player for Arsenal. This is his first season, and we can tweak anyone that says Benjamin White isn't our best player in every single match. Something is wrong. Now, I know that Saliba is always performing, but what Benjamin White gives us is a lot more than what Saliba gives us in terms of midfield. We've got Gabriel Magalhaes in defense, but there's no one else in midfield that can compete with Declan Rice. That's how good he is. Jorginho had an okay match, and that's what I would expect from Jorginho. He didn't do much wrong today, and that's what I expected from him. He had an average match. Kai Havertz for me was the man of the match. Kai Havertz was it was brilliant. And sometimes we need a troublemaker in the team to get the opponents fired up, to get them wired up, because you can see as soon as he done that, he got about 3 or 4 players yellow carded. And for me, Gamora should have been sent off, but he should have been sent off because at one time I see him elbowing Jorginho. I saw him do some bad challenges. He got away with murder today. And this is what I'm saying. It's not just because of the goal why I'm criticizing the referee or the VAR. Because the VAR looked on it and didn't do anything about it. It's because of these challenges. Gomere's done some borderline challenges that should have been sent off. I say borderline because when you isolate them as individual challenges, it's borderline yellow card. But when you starting to had about 3 or 4 of those now, it should have been 2 yellow and then a red card with all those challenges he's done. So for me, that was poor from the referee in VR. Saka, I don't know why he's got a 7.2. What did Saka do? How can Saka get a better rating than Kai Havertz? For me, these guys doing the stats, they're biased as well, man. They're biased because there's no way Saka deserves a 7.2. How? Eddie Nketiah got a 6.7. He deserves a 6.7 because he didn't do much. Now, Arsenal play really well. And you can see this based off the momentum, the attacking momentum, because you can see Newcastle only had a few green spurts. Only a few. And the majority of it is just Arsenal. Look at the blue spots. Look at the blue bars. Those are Arsenal's in attacking momentum. So for me, I've been saying that we're not as bad as the scoreline shows or the expectation of winning. We're not as bad as because everyone wanted to win. Everyone believed that we would win. So it's the expectation is what's killing us right now. Because Newcastle is not a bad team. And our performance was okay. It was okay. It wasn't bad. It wasn't the worst performance. Our performance against Chelsea, that was our worst performance for me of the season. And the one against Lens. Those 2 performances are the worst performances of the season. So I'm not upset with the team. I am not upset with the team. It's just individual players could have done better, should have done better. And with the team we've got, I'm upset with Arteta as well because it's Arteta's fault why we've got a team like this and not challenging. Now, when we look at the average possession, on the left-hand side, this is before the substitute came on. So this is the first half. And as you can see, Martinelli was the furthest advanced player. Now, we see Declan Rice covering him. Declan Rice at number 41 covering Martinelli. And we see Tomiyasu inverting in midfield, doubling up with Declan Rice. So they've got cover on that side. But when you look at Saka now, Saka should be more advanced. Saka is just barely above Benjamin White. Just barely. And this is why. Because normally we see Saka and Odegaard playing together. So potentially Saka is missing Odegaard in this match. So that's the only slack I will cut him. But even so, if you aspire to be the Ballon d'Or winner, if you aspire to be the best player in the world, you shouldn't be relying on one player. Yes, I understand that the chemistry is brilliant. Yes, I understand that the team play, the partnership you've built up is good. But you should understand that as a good player, as a world-class player, which I believe you are, and this is the standards I start to judge you on. If you want me to start going back to judging Saka on an average player standard, then for me, we need a better player in that position. And I don't believe we need a better player. We need a cover in terms of like times like these when he's having a bad spell, we can bring in a cover. So I will judge him on a world-class level because that's the level I value him. I value him in our team as a world-class. Now, in the second half, look at, it's even worse. He's isolated even worse because if you look at the orange L shape I made. We see Trossard came on and Trossard was playing at more advanced than Martinelli. And on the left-hand side, we see more attacking display. In the midfield, it was like a line across the pitch, right? But Saka, once again, is isolated. There's no right back. We're not playing with any right back right now. But Saka is isolated in the same position. He did not move. His attacking display or a defensive, it's not like we can say, okay, he's covering Benjamin White position and he's playing right back. He's in the same location, not moved. So for me, Saka was a passenger throughout the whole match, and this shows it. Martinelli, even though he's in the same position, you can see what he was doing in the match. But Saka, he was doing nothing, and he was in the same spot. Literally in the same spot on average. Now, this stat shows the best 5 players on the pitch. And we see that Magalhaes had a superb match. Our defense was quality. Once again, it's not the defense's fault why we conceded the goal. Well, it is the defensive fault. It's Benjamin White. It's not the centre-back's fault, I should say. Some people may blame the keeper. Some people may blame Saliba for not dropping back and covering Gordon. But for me, I blame Benjamin White. So you see that Gabriel Magalhaes had a superb match. He won 5 out of 7 duels. And that says something, because if you check on number 3, it's Lascelles, and he won 4 out of 7. So Gabriel was the better defender in terms of duels won. And Gabriel was playing against Wilson, one of the best older players in the Premier League. One of the strongest strikers in the Premier League, Magalhaes was playing with, right? And when he would drift, when Callum Wilson drift over to Saliba, he gave Saliba problems. So you see, and we value Saliba as the best defender in the Premier League, and one of the best in the world. And if he can give Saliba a problem, you can see that the way Gabriel dealt with him, we have to give Gabriel praise. We have to recognize this player, because in this match we see, and the stat shows, that he's the best defender on the pitch. Now, when it comes down to passing, he got a 37 out of 47 completed at an 80% rate. Once again, brilliant, but it wasn't as good as Lascelles. But even though Lascelles had less passes complete because he has less tried, he had 85%. Now, when you look at Declan Rice had 57 passes completing 51 at an 89% rate. And when you check out his duels, he won 4 out of 7 duels, the same as Lascelles as a defender. So this is what I'm saying. Declan Rice's defensive ability is superb. He just need to learn how to get involved into the attacking play. Last Premier League match, he done well, setting up Nketiah for that goal. He done well, that Kevin De Bruyne pass. Now he needs to add to that Declan Rice. That's the only criticism. I will criticize you for the whole season if I don't see you starting to do things like this. And I understand that this is his first season. He needs to get more acquainted to his teammates. So understand that point. But for me to start having you in the same brackets as Kevin De Bruyne, in the same brackets as Rodri, because we see Rodri doing these things. Rodri, if he's not doing some of them, some big, creating big chances, he's scoring goals. Rodri's having screamers like it's nothing. Right? So Declan Rice, this is where he needs to improve for me to say that, okay, he's in the league of those elite players. Now, Anthony Gordon had a brilliant match. And the reason being, he played on our right-hand side, which we had Benjamin White, which was garbage today, and Saka, which was also garbage today. This is why he looked so good. He had 4 tackles, right? And that shows something, because Magalhaes only had 1. Martinelli only had 1. He had 7 out of 4 challenges won. 4 out of 7. He had 4 out of 7 challenges won. Once again, that's on the same level as Declan Rice, and that's on the same level as Lascelles. Showing you that Benjamin White, he dominated Benjamin White in terms of aggression, in terms of his defensive play. Because duel 1 shows you is a stat from the defensive side. Yeah, even in attacking phase, you can defend. You can defend high up the pitch, and that's what he was doing. He was defending high up the pitch, keeping Benjamin White mostly in our half, and he done well at it. Now, when you check out Gabriel Martinelli, now he's the second best player on the pitch, and this is what I'm saying, that even though our attacking players was rubbish, he was the only shining light. He was the only one trying to do something. Now, when you check on his stats, he had 88% passing accuracy because he completed 42 out of 48. He won 5 out of 14 duels. So the fact that he had 14 challenges, the fact that he was in 14 duels but only won 5 shows you that Kieran Trippier played brilliant today. And not just Kieran Trippier, Livramento, when he came on, he absolutely dealt with Martinelli. And there's not many players that can say that. And that's why I'm saying that Martinelli wasn't having the worst match. It's just that his end product wasn't there today. But he was trying, and he kept trying. But when Livramento came on, it's like Martinelli run out of ideas. He didn't know how to get around Livramento because he's a very good player. So at least Martinelli was trying, but the fact that he was in 14 duels shows that he was trying. He was trying, but their defense was too good for Martinelli on that side. Now, this shows everything. This stat tells you everything. Big chances, 0. We created 0 big chances. And goalkeeper saves 0. So that's why I'm saying that David Raya didn't have a high score, mainly because probably he didn't have much to do. Or people basically have him as the culprit for the goal conceded, but he didn't have anything to save. So this is what I'm saying. Newcastle wasn't that good. Newcastle wasn't all that. It's not the reason they won. It was because of a cheat goal. But the reason why we didn't win is down to us. We didn't look, big chances created, 0. We didn't make enough chances to score goals. Now, it's not the fact that we didn't have shots. We had shots. And I'm going to get into that stat. We had shots. But big chances created, 0. And without big chances, there's no goal. Let's get into that stat, by the way. Goals. So you can see the green ticks. The green ticks is what we done better than Newcastle. And the green tick for them, obviously, is what they've done. The purple ticks, the purple marks are what we're equal to. Now, just look at that. Without reading anything, without watching any of the numbers, just look at the green ticks. You can see that we were dominant. We were absolutely overpowering Newcastle in terms of the stats. But it's not all about the stats. Because the stats is not going to tell you that the referee is the 12th man for Newcastle. The stats isn't going to tell you that Newcastle absolutely got away with murder today because of the VAR. Now, goal score for them, 1. Yeah. The XG is better than us because obviously we had 14 shots more than them, but we had 1 on target. Newcastle also had 1 shot on target, and that's where the goal came from. Now, to have 14, I'm not even gonna criticize Newcastle for having 9 shots with 1 on target because they scored, they won, and our defense is quality. If you look at the best 5 players in the pitch, Lascelles for them was their best defender. When you look at us, Gabriel was number 1. The best player on the pitch was Gabriel. Shows that our defense is better than theirs. Now, for me, it's as what I said before. It's the attacking play. It's the attacking play. Having 14 shots and having 1 on target, obviously we're gonna lose. The previous slide shows that we didn't have any big chances, 0 big chances created. Now, open shots, we had 9, 0 goals. Possession, obviously, we're always good in possession, 59.6%. Passes and completion, more than likely, we're going to be higher than most teams in the Premier League and in Champions League because we're a possession-based team. Now, field tilt, 69.3%. Field tilt, right? Final third entry, 71, comparing to theirs, 28. Expected threat created, 1.9, compared to theirs, 1.3. Deep touches, 43. Zone, 14 touches, 31. OP cross, 14, with 5 completion. Progressive passes, 34. Dribbling, unsuccessful. We had more dribbles, but we had the same success rate as them. Tackles. They had more tackles and they had more success in tackles. So that potentially is one of the reasons why we lost because Benjamin White should have been at that byline stopping that cross. I believe it was Willett that had that cross. Stopping that cross from coming in. That's Benjamin White's fault. So these are the reasons. I'm telling you, whenever we lose on duels, whenever we lose on tackles and things like these, the hard, the tough, the aggressive side of the game, more than likely 90% of the time, we're going to lose that match. Trust me. Start to watch that stat. Trust me, more than likely we're going to lose that match. Interception the same. Block passes with 14. Clearance 26 they have. Now, that's what I'm saying, that we deserve to win this match in terms of the stat. Only barring 1 stat, shots on target. We cannot win matches if we're having 1 shots on target. Because especially playing against a good side like Newcastle. Big teams. They're a big team right now. Smashing, I think, PSV 4-1, I believe. Newcastle is officially a big team right now. So, and we can't have 14 shots and only have 1 on target. It's disappointing. That is disappointing. So this is what I'm saying, that we need a striker. We need someone in January. No doubt about it. Mikel Arteta needs to get a quality forward. The spare works. Listen, throw away the cash. I don't care. I don't care the cost right now. Because this is potentially going to cost us the Premier League. Not having a clinical striker is going to potentially cost us the Premier League. It's going to potentially cost us the Champions League. Or at least going to the final in the Champions League. Not having a clinical striker. So I don't care. I don't care about the cash. If Osimhen, if Napoli need 200 million for Osimhen, give them the 200 million. If Brentford want 100 million for Ivan Toney, give them the 100 million. I don't see who else out there that can come in our team as a striker and do bits. I see that we're getting linked with Sesko. For me, I don't know. I've watched a few videos. I watched a few clips on him. I've done a few analysis on him, but I haven't seen him as much as I've seen Osimhen. I haven't seen him as much as I've seen Ivan Toney. We see that Osimhen was in the list for the Ballon d'Or. These are the quality players we need in our team. Ivan Toney, I believe he can be that as well. Because when he's on form, we see that he's one of the best strikers in the league. And if you're one of the best strikers in the Premier League, no doubt you're going to be in the Ballon d'Or. We can see that with Holland. So, potentially, we are not out this race for the Premier League. We're not. And I don't want fans to get overreacting now and start throwing their toys out the pram. We're not out of the Premier League race as yet. The difficult schedule in the in December is going to come. In terms of match one after the other. No rest, no break, high fatigue players playing. It's going to come. January just around the corner where we might be getting another right wing. We might be getting a right winger and another striker. And potentially a centre mid. So let's not get too reactionary. There's time. But we need to pull our socks up and do better in the next match. Mikel Arteta needs to do better. The attacking players need to do better. So that's my thoughts on this match analysis. Can we win the Premier League? We still can. Will we? It's doubtful if we don't strengthen in January. Catch you in the next video. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. Help me on my journey to 100 subs because we're one away. Because this is what I'm saying. I hear fans now telling me that, Tottenham fans telling me they're going to win a trophy before us. Man United fans telling me this today. One of the Man United fans telling me they're going to, don't watch the way you're going. We're still going to win a trophy before you. And for me, I can't really say much about that. Because for the past few seasons, we've been close. I would call it near misses. Near missing the trophy. Near missing the Premier League last season. Near missing every season. Near missing top 4. It's just near misses. We need to actually win something. And preferably the Champions League or the Premier League. Catch you in the next video, guys. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. Goodbye.